Hey y'all, we had a very gloomy morning and a heavy rainstorm. Now the sun is out and I am opening up the curtains to let that sunshine in. Every morning when I come downstairs, I open my curtains so that the sun can flood the room. And of course, the Aussies need pets and hugs and kisses. Now it is time to make my cup of chai tea before we sit down and have a chat. I thought I would do a little weekly update for what's been going on. This, by the way, is a beautiful cup that my daughter got me. It is so pretty. It is just a piece of art. I keep it in my cabinet so that it stays cute. Don't want it to get ruined in any way. And the spoon, adorable. Like, this is just the greatest. Beautiful things make me happy. Okay, so weekly update, what's to come, so on and so forth. This is chai tea, by the way. This is not coffee. It's too late in the day for coffee. Actually, it's 11 a.m., but still, if I have coffee after that first initial glass in the morning, then I really can't sleep at night. Those of you that have kept up with the story know that I felt super depressed. I really felt down. I just wasn't myself for a long time. Maybe 3 years, I think. It's been a while. I tried to handle things on my own because we were trying to get pregnant. You can't have the medications that I was on when you're trying to get pregnant. I am on ADHD medicine, so I had to stop taking that. And on top of just everything going on in the world with the whole thing for the last several years, and the isolation and having to stay away from everybody and all of that, on top of going through a different stage in my life, trying to adjust to my children growing up and moving out, and trying to have another child and having multiple miscarriages. It was rough. So I finally broke down and I went to the doctor and I got my antidepressants and got put back on my ADHD medicine. And I felt better mentally, but I still felt very like blah, you know. It was just, I kept thinking for so long, like, what is wrong with me? I am like a terrible mother. I don't do enough with my son. I am wasting away his years here at the house. He's not going to remember enjoying his life. He's going to remember his mom just like being so tired and can't go enjoy things. I kept thinking, what is wrong with me, you know? Like, there was just something generally wrong with me that was going to be wrong with me forever, and it's just how I was. But come to find out, it wasn't. I finally broke down and had my physical and had blood work done, which needed to be updated. I hadn't had it done in 4 years. And so it came back and I found out that I was very anemic. I had really low iron and like all of these things to do with my blood. Like I don't have enough hemoglobin. There's just all of this mess. And also high cholesterol, high triglycerides, just a lot of stuff that was just not good. So I've been changing my diet gradually because it's really hard to do. Although I don't really eat a whole lot, so, which also adds the malnutrition. Anyway, to the point, I've been trying to do better. eating more fruits and vegetables, taking my vitamins, trying to make sure that I have everything so that I'm not malnutritioned anymore, and taking my prescription strength iron that I have to take twice a day, and I can tell a difference. It's been maybe 3 weeks. My energy level has increased, and I can't believe it. So I'm thinking I probably wasn't as depressed as I thought I was. I just really needed the iron and the vitamins and all of the things, because it was making me feel so drained all the time. Like, I should not have been exhausted the way that I was. And now that I have like a little bit more energy and I have a sense of like being who I used to be, I am amazed. And I cannot wait to see where this goes and to keep feeling better and to be able to do things. Because I had no desire and no energy to do anything. So that's been fantastic. Another thing that I was trying to do for myself, for self-care, or I mean, vanity, I guess. I'm getting older and I keep seeing these ads for tretinoin, and they're just flooded into everything. And I looked it up to see what it was, and I thought, I must be getting all of these ads because of my age. I am 42, 41, 42, I don't know, 40 something. I started noticing in the mirror, I had little lines here, and I'm getting like deeper lines here. And I've got the lines here, my worry lines, and my makeup has started settling in to these places. And when I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look so much older wearing makeup because it's settling into the lines. But if I don't wear makeup, you can see the dark spots on my face. After like the big C19, like my hormones went crazy and I got these horrible breakouts across my cheeks, which I had never had before, so I know it's related to that. So I've got dark permanent spots on my face, and I was hoping that if I used that, it would help with my little fine lines, and if I could get rid of the spots on my face, I could quit wearing makeup. I haven't noticed a difference. It's been probably about 3 weeks. I got it at the same time I got the iron and the blood work and all that done. No difference. I know it probably takes a lot longer, but it's been burning my face so bad, y'all. I feel like my face is burning off, and then it keeps peeling. And today I think is a decent day. I woke up with like peeling skin all through here, but I moisturized and then tried to get camera ready. So if I start to look crusty, that's why. But it burns my face and it's peeling my skin off, and I really hope that it's worth it, because I really would like to quit wearing foundation and all of that if I can get rid of this and just maybe wear some mascara and some lipstick. I'd be fine. So that's the progress with that. Things I'm going to try this week. I am going to root some cilantro that I picked up at the grocery store. I was gonna go get seeds, but I thought, well, wait a minute, I've got cilantro in the refrigerator. Let's try to root that. So let's hope that that cilantro roots, because I need a lot of it this summer. I did plant my tomatoes that I showed you in some pots, and this week I am going to plant the other things out front. I think that the cayenne peppers will be really cute in my flower bed. If you've not grown a cayenne pepper plant, I highly recommend. They're so pretty. It's just, you know, the dark green with the really bright red cayenne peppers hanging off of it. It's just a beautiful plant. And then you can bring them inside and put them on strings and hang them on your wall, let them dry out, and you can use them for all kinds of things. I also want to make crushed red pepper flakes. And since I learned through TikTok what paprika was, I'm gonna grow some bell peppers and make my own paprika. I was amazed. I had no idea. The things you learn. Another thing I'm going to try is a sourdough starter. I have tried to make a sourdough starter before and I failed miserably. Sourdough is one of my favorite breads. Love it. And if I can figure out how to get that sourdough starter to actually work, then I am just gonna be in sourdough heaven, and I'm gonna do that with y'all. So if you have any tips, if you know how to do a sourdough starter, let me know. I've done lots of research. I looked online. I've watched so many YouTube videos. So we're gonna give it a shot and see, because I love it. And I brought a loaf of bread in a basket covered in cheesecloth to my women's Bible study. I made Italian Parmesan bread because we had pasta night. It was like spaghetti, different kinds of spaghetti and pasta. And so I brought the Italian Parmesan bread in the basket, wrapped in cheesecloth, like I said, and my ladies loved it. And I felt like an old grandmother because everybody is like late 20s to like mid 30s, except for me, my neighbor, and one other woman who is in her 60s maybe, but all the other women are young. So when I came in with that, everybody's like, ooh, and ah, you know, and I was like, oh, I am the old mom of the group. Yes, sourdough starter. We are gonna make some sourdough bread together, and we're gonna watch this sourdough starter grow. I'm excited. So, some things to look forward to. I posted in the community tab that Lifeway had Bibles on sale. I was looking for a Bible study. I purchased The Armor of God. So if you want to get that and do it with me, that'd be great. I really thought that that would help strengthen some things that I feel like I'm lacking in. Haven't started it yet, so if you want to, we can do it together. I purchased the ebook and it comes with the videos. But I had to buy one of the Bibles, $5. I mean, come on. So I got this one, and I'll show you this one in more detail in another video. But a $5 Bible. I was so excited. I love Bibles, if you don't know already. We'll also be doing an update on this prayer journal, or it's a faith planner, sorry, where you lay out what you're studying, the verses you're looking at, your spiritual habits, and then reflections on the lessons. And you like write a prayer list in the beginning of every week. So we're gonna update this because I have to be healthy, and I have not used this book that I got, and I knew I needed to, but I didn't do it, but now I really need to. This fitness goal journal that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, we're gonna be using this. I can't decide though. Do I want to use it in this? This is a very thin, flimsy book. Or do I want to build a journal and insert this in it so that I can have like a planner type thing with this in it? I'm gonna have to think that over and update you on that. And I am going to start my first time ever bullet journal. Never done this before, and we're gonna give this a shot. I have some ideas of what I wanna put in here. And then this Rise Up and Pray is just blank. So in this, I am going to write prayers. It's not gonna be like my scripture writing prayer journal. It is just gonna be prayers and things I'm thanking the Lord for. And I may post some things in here, you know, tape them down. plants from the garden, flowers, pictures of things that I just am in awe of because of how great the Lord is and all of the things that he created that, oh, it's just amazing. So I'm going to use this for that. I will also be doing a homeschool update and a video about that I started to use a schedule and a list for all of my housework because ADHD. Also how I revamped our homeschool schedule and things that I am struggling with and thinking about with the homeschool thing. If you hear crying in the background, Shadow is upset because I put her up and she's starting to whine. But she was being a brat, y'all. Before I started this video, she kept ringing the bell. We have a bell on the door and she can ring it when she wants to go outside, and she's really good about letting me know when the other dogs gotta go outside too. She's great. She's super smart, and she kept going to ring the bell. And at first I was not paying attention to it because I was doing other things. Well, she'll come up and she'll like grab you with her paw like, hey, I rang the bell. And she was being very persistent. So I went and opened the door, and she didn't go outside. She looked at me and then went into her crate. And I was like, okay. And she did it a couple more times, and I opened the door a couple more times. She didn't go out. None of the other dogs go out. I feel like she was yelling at me with that bell or back talking because she wasn't getting the attention that she wanted. And I was like, girl, quit being a brat. And now, because they wanted to get in my face during the video, they're in the crate. Other updates this week, I feel like my faith has really been growing. I've been spending more quiet time with the Lord, just one-on-one, no video, nothing. And really concentrating on that time just by myself with the Lord. A lot of times I would grab a camera and be like, okay, let's film this because somebody else might enjoy it, or it might encourage somebody else to do something. And I was focusing a lot on that, and I was kind of losing my own time with the Lord. And I love making videos for y'all. I love encouraging you to read the scripture, study the scripture, write the scripture, pray, meditate on just the word and your relationship with God, and to grow closer. And I love doing all that, and I love encouraging you guys. But I also need to remember to take the time for myself, because when you're constantly trying to feed other people, you forget that you also need fed. So I took the time, and I am going to continue taking that time to do those things for myself. You know, just the quiet time, the studying, reading the Bible, and I just really needed it. And also this Bible study that I'm in with the women has been great. At first I was a little meh because I'm weird with people. You get new groups and new experiences, being around people I don't know, just it's really not my cup of tea. But I did it because I've been trying to force myself to do things because I want to be the kind of person that can do things. And I really enjoy it now, so that's great. And that's been feeding my soul and helping me connect with the other women, growing those friendships based in faith and helping each other and having people that go to the scripture. You know, they're like in the scripture trying to help you with your problems instead of, you know, being out here in the world like, you do you, girl. So that's been fantastic. One thing that was not great this week, I learned a lesson that I will never, ever give anybody else's dog a shot ever again in my life. Not gonna do it, not gonna do it, not gonna do it. I have given my dog shots. I give the puppies shots. We have Australian Shepherds. We breed Australian Shepherds. The puppies, the first 2 litters, I took to the vet. Then I started doing the shots on my own because, I mean, it's so simple to just give the puppy a shot. So I'm like a shot pro, and my nephew has a dog and he needed his shot. And so my nephew called me and is like, I'm at Tractor Supply. I just bought the shot and I don't know how to do it. Will you help me? I was like, sure, come on, you coming now? He's like, yeah, I'm on my way from the Tractor Supply. And I was like, okay, great. He gets here, we're having a great time. I mean, he's like 23, maybe. And he has a French bulldog, cute, adorable little dog. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. Like, he's had his shots, right? He's up to date, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, yeah. And so I mix the shot and I do all the things and I give the dog the shot. Went great. He like came up to me and he was like putting his little paws up. I was rubbing his little head, and then all of a sudden he just laid down. And then he walked in between the sofas and threw up, trying to, like, you know, go away from us like dogs do. They don't want to get in trouble for it. And my nephew took him outside. He was not doing good. I was terrified, and my husband was like, does he always act this way? Like, what is wrong with him? And the dog, y'all, he couldn't stand up. He just started kind of like falling to the side, very, very lethargic, very, I don't know. It was just so scary. And then he like laid on his side and he couldn't get up, and I was starting to panic. And he peed himself and he was hyperventilating, and it was bad. And it's Friday evening after everything is closed, and so I'm looking online trying to find like an emergency vet or a vet's office that's open, and I find an emergency vet which is 25 minutes away from us. And I get him on the phone. I got him on speaker. I give it to my nephew. I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he tells them, and we're like, get in the car and go now. Because my nephew was like frozen. And like you could tell internally he's panicking, and he can't move. He doesn't know what to do. And me and my husband are like, now, get in the car, go take him now. Y'all, we really thought that the dog was like done for. I felt so awful. I mean, my nephew's in his 20s and he came around. He never comes around, and we were having a decent time. We were talking. I was so glad that he was here. And he asked for his Auntie Annie's help, and that's what happened. And I was like, this kid is gonna tie this to me for the rest of his life. This is gonna be awful. I feel so bad. You know, it was just heart-wrenching. And I called his mother when he left, my husband's sister, and I was like, oh my gosh, your son's dog. And I told her the whole thing. And then, so I woke up this morning to a message from my nephew that said that he's okay. He had an allergic reaction to the shot, and he's home and he's good. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, thank God. I was so worried about that dog. So that is my negative thing for this week. I know this is a long video. I'm sorry. I just wanted to update those who were interested and let you know what's coming, things that happened in my life, little things that I did. And those videos are to come shortly. So glad that you're here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Makes a world of difference. Then I know what y'all like. I know what videos to make, and I just love interacting with y'all. It has been the best experience. Just great. I never thought that I would make friends on YouTube, but I have. And a lot of y'all that have been here for a while with me, like I know you, and when I see your names pop up, it makes my heart smile. And if I haven't seen you in a while, I'm like, where you been? What's going on? And then if I see your face again, I'm like, ah! So, anyway, so glad that you're here, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye, y'all!